What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the first edition of Parked and Wrecked. Sort of like Parks and Recreation, except I'm inside. This is where I'm going to do all my vlogs, talking about random things that are on my mind, interviewing people, sort of like a podcast sort of thing. When me and Sam got together, we started chatting, almost forgot to press the record button. Ended up getting an hour and a half worth of footage, cut it all up, made a little bit of a questionnaire. So here it is. Ray, how has this journey changed your life in a positive way?
One I think about all the time and I take super for granted is just all the dope people I've met along this journey.
For sure.
From the nurses to the physios to other people in the situation, there's been so many dope people I've met.
Mm-hmm. A lot of great people.
I think that's the one thing. The only part that sucks is you have to move on from a lot of the people and you don't get to keep in contact with them.
Right, we were talking about the lack of the sort of loss of friends in certain positions.
It's how do you go from being 3 months in rehab, see the same people every day, and now next thing you know, I see them, I don't ever see them. That's kind of challenging.
Yeah.
But trying to keep it positive, I think some of the people I've met I've really got along with and thought were really cool. Yeah, I've met a lot of cool people along the way.
That's awesome. I think with me, in a positive way, I think the most positive way I could think of off the top of the head is not drinking anymore.
Yeah.
Dude, I was a party animal.
Same here.
I was
every
I was like
weekend.
Bert Kreischer, literally the definition of him. And we would always go out on weekends, and anytime I could find an excuse to drink, I drink. And now I can't even really think about drinking with my meds. And just I remember I had a beer at my buddy's bachelor, and it made my pain so bad at night. And then I just realized, I did a lot of research on it, and you can really fuck with your nerve recovery, any sort of recovery that you're gonna have. So I mean, if you're trying to recover your nerves like I am, and I'm sure your nerves are recovering as well, absolutely. They say about 2 years. But I've read many stories that go past that.
Yeah.
And alcohol, all that's doing is just messing with your nerves, right? So I just feel I'm gonna stay away from that and maybe stick with the pot.
I mean, I've drank a few times.
Yeah.
Since
in moderation, right? Like I said, the only positive, not the only positive, the one positive thing that I can think about is drinking. No more drinking for me is just so good. And that has correlated to me losing friends too, man.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Well, that's what me and all my friends did was drink, right?
All we did was drink.
So a lot of the people that I used to just drink with, I don't see them anymore because
they have no reason to contact you.
Yeah, they're not the type of person I would just sit and hang out with.
That's right.
The only reason we hung out is because we were drinking.
That's right.
It's the common factor, but yeah, well, same lines, quitting smoking. I don't smoke anymore. I mean, that's super positive.
Huge.
Not smoking, is pretty big.
Long rip.
Yeah, fuck. I have smoked a few times since I've been out of the hospital.
Weed or cigarettes?
Cigarettes.
Okay, yeah.
It's just really, really bad. It's just not good for me, especially because my injury's a lot higher up than yours.
Absolutely.
I have a lot more issues with
your
respiratory
lungs.
and stuff.
Yeah, respiratory. Yeah.
So smoking and stuff is a huge killer. Like they said, for people with my level of injury, the number one complication is respiratory. If you're gonna have a stunted, your life expectancy shouldn't realistically change.
Yeah.
Having the injury I had, but if it's going to, it's gonna be because of something respiratory.
Okay. Do you have any problems breathing or anything like that?
No.
Yeah.
I'm fortunate.
I remember doing breath tests in the hospital.
Yeah, I breathe at about 60% of what my lung capacity should be.
Okay.
Which, in retrospect, is actually pretty good. Because
I don't think I remember even the number, but I just blew to this thing. They said I passed, and I was happy.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be doing breath stacking.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Every night and morning, but I don't, which I should, but just forget.
Yeah, make sure you keep up with stuff like that.
Life kind of gets in the way of those things.
What advice would you give to someone else starting a similar journey as yours?
It gets better, I guess.
Yeah, big time.
Definitely gets a lot easier.
I think that is so good. I think that is the best answer to that question, because it does get better. And the beginning, it's just starting a whole new life.
Yeah.
And you can't expect your life to be amazing the second restart it, right?
Yeah.
You gotta build it over again. You gotta try to do new things and find things that you can do that you like. I remember music being huge for me to kind of get my mind out of where I was, like those four walls kind of like in my head. Get out of my own head, listen to some music, and then kind of think about what I was going to do with my next step.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it does get better. Right?
Yeah, like, well, yeah, like from
you
the
can't
beginning of
look
the
back
hospital,
yeah.
like I could do nothing. Like,
yeah.
when I look back, like I could literally do nothing for myself.
Yep.
And a lot of it is uncertainty at the beginning too. Like, there's a lot of, you don't know where you're gonna end up and how it's gonna happen or what your recovery looks like. But,
yeah, because nobody knows either. They can't tell you shit.
Exactly.
They don't know. They don't.
And you'll hear a lot of different shit. Like I remember I had to use like this cough assist machine, like 3 times a day.
What's
I relied
that?
on it. It like blows air into your lungs, and then it sucks it out really fast, and it's to get like secretions out of your lungs. So, like fluid in your
fluid
lungs.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
And I remember the one nurse was telling me, she's like, I was like, oh, I hope to get off of this thing, relatively soon. Blah blah. She's like, what are you talking about? Get off of it? I'm like, well, like not needed anymore. And she's like, no, you're gonna need this for the rest of your life. And I'm like, what? Like,
Scared you.
yeah, like, so what I mean, there's a lot of uncertainty. People are gonna try to tell you certain shit. Like everyone thinks they know everything about everything, and it's like, don't listen to them.
No, especially when it comes to being in a chair. Not even being in a chair, like having, say, like a broken spine or like having any sort of spinal injury.
Yeah.
Like there's no tell. Like you can't. It's not like a cold where you can be like, oh, take this and you'll be better in however many days. There's no. Everybody's different. Everybody's immune system's different. Everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's recovery is gonna be hella different.
Yeah.
You can't
that
really
was
let
the best answer to that question. Did your friends change? That's a pretty broad question.
Yeah.
I think I ended up losing a couple friends. I lost a couple friends. I won't go into specifics or anything, but I lost a couple friends just from lack of giving a shit, really.
Yeah.
I had a couple people who I thought were my really tight friends not come visit me and not really even give me a message or a call until
Totally.
you know what I mean? I've had my buddies really step up though.
Oh yeah.
Big time. I've had my
There's been
buddies
huge
really
things.
step up big time.
Yeah, it's really weeded out like the fake people and
Almost in a positive sense.
yeah. Oh yeah.
In a positive sense.
It's
'Cause
like realistically, why did I want those people around if they weren't in it 100% anyway?
in a drastic situation,
Yeah.
who's there and who's not?
Exactly.
That actually becomes real life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay, question number 3: do people treat you differently now? And I think we were touching on that now. Like,
Yeah.
just
Oh yeah.
going out in public, and I think a lot of it that bugs me is when people talk to me like I'm a child or like I'm retarded. You know what I mean? Like kind of talking down to me. Or I hate when I know you can't really open the doors too well.
No.
But like I can open a door fine, and I hate when I'm like halfway open the door, and all of a sudden like a hand will come in and be like, no, I got it for you, buddy. I'm like, I'm launch the door open for me.
Like people are nicer, but in a bad way.
In a
almost.
bad way, like too much.
Yeah.
Unless guy asks for your help, like I can probably do what I'm doing.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like I'm not a big fan of the being talked down to, especially like growing up. All you want to do is kind of be older and be respected by the older crowd, and then now in this situation, it's almost impossible.
Yeah, it's like the opposite. They treat you like a baby almost.
Yeah, like a baby. Yeah, that's how I got treated. And still, I've actually had people. I was out with my dog, walking my dog around. I attach him onto the side of my chair.
Yeah.
He's like this big, just pulls me around. And I was having smoke, and this one guy was like, walks by and he's like, fuck out of the way, you bum. Like he thought that I was a bum, like a dude in a wheelchair, putting around this dog, little homeless dog, right? Like I was a homeless guy. Like
it's like no.
Nobody knows like what's going on, right? Like oh, look who's home, Mrs. Rock or Mr. Rocco. Why is he all wet? Dogs don't sweat. What are you talking about? He's soaked. Come here. Who or what makes you not give up on a tough day?
That's hard.
I don't think there's anything specific. Like I don't believe in God.
I think it's me personally.
Yo.
Like
That's it. Me.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. I think the only person that can help us is us. You know what I mean? That could like. There's no like. I'm not looking up to Lance Armstrong. You know what I mean? And these guys, like, there's no specific public figure, or like. Yeah.
No,
or
like I
higher
want to
power by
fucking
means.
impress, like my physios and stuff. I guess like
The ladies.
I want them. Yeah, the ladies. The ladies are always a factor.
Um,
But I think ultimately, as yourself, you know, like
Yeah.
you have to want to.
Like you were saying earlier, like you were like, I found out I'm slowly finding out how to get your shirt on.
Yeah.
That is like progress for yourself.
Yeah.
You're not gonna, like, there's nobody encouraged you to do that.
No.
You're just like, I want to be able to take my fucking shirt off by myself.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
And it's like a huge win when you
It
do
is a big win.
accomplish those things.
Hell
Like-
yeah.
Like I hadn't tried the ramp at physio for the longest time, and then we went
Ramp's
up.
a killer.
Yeah, we went up like a week ago. Last week on Friday, we went up, and he's like, all right, go for it. I'm like, I'm not feeling very confident about this. He's like, just go for it and see what happens. And I crushed it. And I remember I was so happy. Like he's like, yeah, you're smiling like crazy. I'm like,
Hell yeah.
like I was so happy. I'm like, man, I did no help. I'm like, I can't believe I did that. Like that was the first time I seen like huge progression. And like, fuck, like a month ago, I was like able to get a quarter of the way up just by myself, and that's
Exhausted.
it. Like
Yeah.
I was like, that's it. So it's just like yourself, yeah, kind of
Yeah, that's good.
making little goals
Good
for
question,
yourself
though.
and then trying to smash them.
7. What's sleeping like / how do you sleep differently? We touched on it a little bit.
Yeah,
It's not different.
lay on my back for 30 hours straight.
Do you sleep on your stomach at all? Can
No.
you?
Since I've had my accident, I've never been on my stomach.
Why?
I don't know. Like I asked Mike that the other day. I'm like, am I not allowed to go on my stomach? Like, just nobody's ever done it or brought it up or anything. And I'm just kind of like, is this a thing? And like, yeah, you can, like, by all means. And I'm just like, I don't know. I just never tried
And
it.
I remember the day I got out of the hospital and I finally got a real bed. The first day I got to sleep in a real bed that wasn't a hospital bed after 7 months. And I remember the first thing I did was sleep in my stomach. Because in the hospital bed, I couldn't do that. It was always like, because it was arched up a little bit all the time, so I
Yeah.
couldn't do like cobra the
Yeah.
whole time, right?
And I still sleep in a hospital bed now. And
Okay.
it's narrow as fuck. Like,
They're narrow,
and I
yeah, they
can't-
are very
like even
narrow.
on my back, like I like to spread my arms out and I
Okay.
can't because of bed
Does yours
rails.
go flat though?
Yeah, mine
Nice.
goes completely flat.
Okay,
yeah.
that's nice. Man, I'm telling you, try to sleep on your stomach because, like I said, when I got home, I slept on my stomach and I was out for like 16 hours straight.
That's me.
Yeah, it felt great, man, and it gives you that relief of letting your ass breathe, like letting your back breathe and ass breathe. Because like, I know like I don't sweat too much, but when I do sweat, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And like when I get off my ass, it just relieves that pressure, right?
That's what I found was like the pool was the nicest feeling ever.
Because you're relieved completely.
Yeah, there's no pressure
Zero
on my
G,
body.
baby,
Yeah.
zero gravity.
Yeah, like I sleep on my back now, and then if I get uncomfortable, I have to have someone turn me. So I live with my mom; she'll turn me,
Okay.
and then I'll just rotate to my side, and then sleep on my side. But usually I just sleep on my back for like 8 hours straight. Like I usually won't wake up. They put me on my back, I crash, and then that's it.
Do you ever get woken up by like pain or anything like that?
Not usually. Like the odd time I'm woken by like just uncomfortability. I'm just like,
Yeah.
not comfortable in the position I'm in.
What's the best thing to come from this? Parking.
Yeah, I guess.
Fucking parking, bro. Like literally, not even making a joke. Think about
true.
this. Think about this. It's Boxing Day. It's Boxing
Yeah.
Day at the mall, and people are going nuts, and you're just.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
there's
cruise over your
3
spot.
wheelchair parking spots there. Cruise into there you go. Like it's an actual joke.
Yeah, parking's a blessing, that's for sure. I mean,
Huge.
fuck, we deserve it though. Like,
Yeah.
It's not like
there's advantages. Like I'm gonna take the silver lining about it and try to find every advantage I can.
Yeah, like
Uh,
there's positive shit that come. Like I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but
Yeah.
like I don't know.
One thing I wish I could do if I weren't in a chair, play baseball.
Yeah, you
That's
just play
literally
baseball.
has to be baseball. I just want to throw.
Yeah.
Like Chuck, I want to pitch again.
Not even being in a chair related, but like if I didn't have my injury, I would love to play video games regularly again.
Yep. Okay.
That would
okay.
be super dope.
Yeah. There's a lot of attachments that we're gonna look into for that though.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna.
I mean, like,
we're gonna find
as
something
whack
for
as it sounds, like taking a shit on my own. I would be
Bro,
cool.
that's yeah.
I would like to do that.
Absolutely, bowel management.
Have a little bit of solitude there. I don't have someone up in my business every morning.
Yeah, that's fair. Absolutely, that and a lot of people are gonna relate to that. You know, like so many people are on the bowel program. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, so many.
Well, I mean,
people.
the majority of people with a spinal cord injury are on the bowel program.
In the beginning, I was for like a little bit, and then my stuff started returning, and then
Yeah,
kind
that's-
of I got blessed with that. But
That's awesome.
so many, most people are on a bowel program.
There's people out there who walk and are still on
Yes,
Bowel
I was
program.
talking to somebody, in this Facebook group that I'm in, saying that he still has sexuality, urine retention, and a bowel program.
Yeah.
And he walks fine. The guy can probably backflip if he wanted to.
Yeah, and they still wear like catheters and have bowel programs and that sort of thing. And it's just messed up. Everyone's different in that sense.
Yeah.
But those are kind of some of the things I'd like to do.
For sure. What's your plans for the future? Do you plan on going back to school or work? 100%. I would love to just blow up on YouTube and Twitch and just be this fucking...
Yeah.
Just be Professor Parks for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I want to do something in that sense.
But no, in reality, I definitely wouldn't mind going maybe into like... My friend was talking about social working.
That's exactly what I was talking about too.
Is it? Yeah, I think because it's such a... Because we can relate to a lot of different people.
Just being able to use your experience to kind of help other people, you know. Yeah. Whatever I can do, you know, makes it seem like, you know, your injury wasn't a complete loss.
Man, I would love to just get back to work though. I used to paint lines on the road. Like do the road painting. It's like 95% walking, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'd love to, but I did like I used to sit in the back of the truck sometimes and flip the switches in the big paint trucks. Yeah. I would love for like just like this, like a lift to get me into the truck again.
I'm sure.
And then I'm just chilling in the seat and flipping switches, and then my shit's done. Like back home. And what's the craziest reason you've ever given someone to explain why you're in a wheelchair?
I haven't got to do anything.
No, I haven't.
I
I had a guy come up to me, like an older gentleman, and he kind of looked like a cop in the way he talked to me and like kind of how he presented himself. And he's like, "Oh, how did you get in the chair, buddy?" And he kind of like, I don't know, he kind of gave me attitude. And I was like, I got shot in the back by a cop actually. And he just kind of he looked at me, went white, and he was just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Take care. And just moved along." But like, it's none of his fucking business. No. So I can say whatever the hell I want. Exactly. I didn't even feel bad. I was like, I got shot in the back by a cop. And like in the States, that's some shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that happens all the time.
It's funny. It's funny you say that because like when I picture like making up a story of why I'm in a chair getting shots, always the first thing that comes to mind. It seems like the most badass thing.
Coolest, man.
Yeah. Definitely. Getting shots.
Shots of first aid, bang, bang, ski, ski.
Like, come on now.
No.
So I was in the beer store trying to buy beer that one day.
Yeah.
And I couldn't grab.
Allowed to buy beer?
I couldn't grab it myself, and there's a line behind me. So I go up to the till. I'm like, "Hey, buddy, can you grab me a 6-pack or whatever?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And he has to leave the till, and now nobody's checking anybody out in this long ass line. And just kind of look back. I'm like, "Sorry, guys. Like,
yeah, man.
I apologize. I'm holding everybody up." And everyone was cool about it. Then they're like, "Hey, don't worry about it. I get it. Like,
regardless,
you want to fucking get some beers like the rest of us." And I'm like, "Yeah, but still, yeah, it makes you feel singled out, and you feel like everyone's kind of looking at you."
How old were you when it happened? And did it change you wanting to go out to the bars and clubs and drink? I was 24 when it happened.
21.
Were you?
Yeah.
21? I thought you were younger.
I am. I'm 22.
No, I mean like younger than that. Like I thought you were like 18 when it happened.
No.
You're like 20 now or something like that.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't drink, so there's no point for me going to the bar. Like I would go to the bar, get some food, and like watch a game or something like that. And my friends don't really drink anymore anyways. Like the friends that like I really kept, like they've kind of grown up a little bit and they don't go out and party. As for drinking, like we usually will get together and play board games and we're like, I don't know, watching UFC or something like that. Get baked.
We were kind of all over the place, like my friend group. But I definitely do still have friends who go to the bars. And I did go to the bar for the first time. Well, I went to a bar, I don't know, maybe a month or two. I went to a bar like a couple weeks out of my injury, but it was like more of a chill bar, like sit down restaurant kind of thing. So it wasn't a huge deal that I was in a wheelchair. But I went to an actual like club kind of dance bar.
Really?
For the first time.
That is sick.
Like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I actually know the manager. They were really cool. Because like I used to go there like every weekend before my injury. So I saw him outside and he let me skip the line, no cover, and it was cool in that sense, but it was really awkward because I felt like I was in the way all the time. I felt like I was big and bulky, like just taking up too much space. And
I feel like you're a nuisance when you don't even mean to be.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do about it, and you really just want to have a good time.
And people looking like you're gonna get that anywhere. But I mean,
I would love to go. I don't want to go camping anymore because it's something that like I genuinely fear.
Yeah.
Because that's where it all happened.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it was like all set up to where I would no way be in a tent. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna go in somebody's trailer or something. We're gonna figure it out, and then I don't know. Like I would rather just a couple of us figure out a cottage. Like there's got to be accessible cottages.
Yeah.
Or just a cottage with a ramp. That's all you really need, right? Or something. Like there's got to be some sort of way where you and your buddies get together, or like anybody, like me and my buddies get together and like we find a cottage and go out and do something like that.
It just takes a bit more planning.
It's all about planning.
It's really the number one thing with being in a wheelchair is just planning. You need to and be prepared for like the unexpected, because you can't, you don't know necessarily what's gonna happen, right?
Good call. Yeah. Sleeping in your wheelchair, actually, I was gonna say that when we were asked about is sleeping different. Somebody asked me if I've ever fallen asleep in my wheelchair before, and I was like, I actually have. And I remember I fell asleep like this. I don't know, I was like stretching or something. I was really tired, and I fell asleep like this. And then like I guess my arm just like fell and like
hit you in the face.
Boom! Like hit me in the face. Like oh fuck! And like went right back to bed. But I've never fallen asleep really in my wheelchair. I know a lot of like you have a electric chair. Does that tilt?
The power chair tilts right back. Like long. I used to nap when I was in rehab. I was in one like pretty much the whole time I was there. And I would nap in the afternoon in my chair.
I've seen so many people falling asleep in their wheelchair.
Actually, when before my mom knew how to use the lift and get me in and out of bed by herself, my PSWs would come at 6 o'clock, finish up at 8, so I had to get into my chair at 8 o'clock. So that's what I would do. I just recline my chair and go back to sleep in my chair.
Sleep, yeah. Okay, I'm ready for the day. Most
ready for it. I felt like getting up. So
yeah.
That's dope. Number one piece of advice: don't fuck with your meds. Unless a
a
doctor tells you. I thought I'm like, I can stop taking this or take a little extra of this or whatever.
Thing you know, you're staring in the car for 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Not know where you're.
So like, just do what the fucking doctor tells you to do.
Yeah.
They know more.